it's me, Unicorn Conspiracy. Today my day has not started out so great. Started out with my cat, Palmer. Started out with him throwing my iPad, excuse me, gosh, can't even talk today. My iPad off the bed, which it had a small crack before because this is not the first time he's done it, but now that crack has turned into a small little area of shatteredness in the corner of the iPad, and like it's kind of dangerous because I was trying to feel the damage and cut my finger, and you can't barely even see it, but it hurts really bad. It's like a wedge of glass just went and that's what happened to my finger. Plus side, I have not had any alcohol yet today. Doing good, folks. We're going to play some more Seduce Me, and I'm really excited because I think we're almost to the part where the actual guys come in and it turns more into a dating simulation rather than a sad visual novel. So, get in and play. Okay, here we go. Okay, so my dad just picked me up from school. My dad, the freaking maniac, the jerk guy. Yeah. Hey, Dad.
Hey, honey.
As I got into the car, I noticed my father looked troubled, clutching at his steering wheel and staring straight ahead, as if something was really bothering him. I hope something's bothering him. He better feel at least a little bit bad for what happened. Oh crap, I think I clicked too fast. It's nothing to worry about.
I mean it. I
Okay.
shouldn't have laid a finger on you. You know that you're my most precious daughter. You're all that I have.
Thanks, Dad. Appreciate that. Yet he couldn't bring himself to say what he could never say to me for such a long time. I always wanted to hear those words to affirm how he really felt, but I guess even now he couldn't say it to me. Also, I just want to say I really like how the background, we're in a car, but the car is humongous, and he's like standing on the little middle seat in the front. And I guess I'm sitting in the back. I turned my head away to look out the window. There was no point in waiting for something that was never going to come. And like that, he started to drive and the conversation between us ended. I decided to focus my attention on the passing scenery. We were taking the usual route to Grandfather's house. It was located within the vicinity of the school district, but it was pretty far from the school and from where our house was. He had always lived alone. He insisted on doing things by himself, even at his age living in such a large house. I wondered, did he pass away with no one at his side as well? It sounded so lonely and sad. It was strange that he decided on living all alone in his large estate. If anything, he could have lived with us, though he and my father probably would have given each other the silent treatment the entire time. Maybe living alone was preferable to that. I actually hadn't visited him for quite a while. Visits to his house were most frequent when I was a child, and I had grown up long since then. The last time I visited, though, I thought he looked just as he usually was, happy and healthy. But things change. In the back of my mind, I knew that he would have to leave one day. It wasn't like humans could live forever. So why did my heart still feel so heavy? The car ride was mostly spent in silence until he spoke up again.
How was school? Maintaining your grades, I hope.
What a jerk. Yeah, I've been trying my best so far.
Trying? That's not really doing the best you can, is it?
Yeah, it is. With my father, only some words I said were filtered through his ears. It was difficult to keep up a conversation without eventually talking about academics or my future, even if it was something loosely based on it. Palmer is so weird. Okay. He always found a way to integrate it whenever we talked.
Anyway, your belongings are in the trunk. There isn't a lot, so I'm sure you can manage bringing them inside the house. After all, you are on the road to being independent.
So you're not going to help me carry my stuff into the house? Yep, I can manage on my own, Dad. The usual silence resumed around us. I wasn't really sure. Oh, crap. One question did linger in my mind, though. If he was going to justify acting so nonchalant at Grandfather's funeral, I had the right to at least know why. Yeah, let's try again. Say, Dad, about you and Grandpa.
We are not talking about this.
I feel like we should. Because Grandpa did leave us yesterday.
I wouldn't care if he had left even long before that. I do not want to hear it, and that is the end of this conversation.
As always, he managed to shut down any other form of conversation related to him. It was just like what happened last night. I opened my mouth slightly, but closed it again. It was like talking to a brick wall. It wasn't like I could find out anything by somehow arguing my way through it. Alright then, I should do some snooping with, like his desk. I'm sure, like every good father, he leaves all of his thoughts and feelings in his desk, right? I leaned against the car door and stared out the window. I really couldn't think. What could this place be like? I had been to my grandfather's house before, but it was one thing visiting and it was another thing actually living there. How would I manage living on my own without any training to really care for a house? I knew that naturally the bills would be paid by my parents, who inherited grandfather's stocks to the corporation, but I had never lived independently before. Thinking about it made me feel like some kind of bird being pushed out of the nest. Though I was technically an adult, I felt unprepared and a bit daunted at the prospect of actually moving into a new place. Most people my age would be ecstatic moving out. After all, it would symbolize some kind of change in their lives, like being on the road to independence. But I felt like it was nothing of the sort. I really hoped I wouldn't let my parents down. I wouldn't want to let grandfather down. What would he be saying right now? I gazed up at the passing clouds in the sky. If you're out there, grandfather, how would you be doing? Would there be anything you'd want to tell me at this moment? And of course, no answer. What was I doing? Searching for an answer in the heaven that would or would not exist? I ducked my head to stare at the blur of trees and cars from the car window. My head was definitely going into the clouds there at that moment. Either way, I found myself being driven off to my new home. Finally. The car rolled to a stop and I drifted out of my thoughts.
Here we are. Go on in.
Okay, fine. Bye. Tell Mom I love her.
All right.
Love you, Dad. No, make sure to come by and visit us often. No, I'm gonna miss you lots. Nothing other than that blank stare. I paused a bit before reaching for the car door handle, waiting for any form of goodbye, but he didn't speak again. I sighed and exited the car, hearing my dad pop open the trunk. I saw the 2 large bags I packed last night that were large enough to carry the only things I needed. I took them out, placed one bag on each shoulder, and closed the trunk. He then drove off, leaving me alone in front of the mansion. I watched the blue car fade into the distance of the road before turning to see my new home. There it is. It's huge. My grandfather gave me this? It's hard to believe. The house is framed by a set of tall gates, and I hesitantly pushed them aside to take in the entire estate. The house still looked like it was when I last visited him. At a glance, it seemed kind of intimidating with its size, though if I came closer, it was clear that there was more to it than that. The brick walls were framed by shrubbery and lovely flowers, giving it a homey and welcoming look. But in contrast to the tall doors into the house, gave me a feeling of grandeur. Who knew what was waiting for me? But I wouldn't back down at this moment. I took out the key to the front doors and unlocked them. Well, might as well make myself at home. I'll be staying here for quite a while anyways. That's when I saw him. Ooh, getting excited. What? Lying on the floor was a group of men. They were all unconscious, but there was no explanation as to why they were there in the first place. I dropped my bags as I let the door close on them behind me. Was not expecting this. Huh? Who the heck are these guys? Why are they here? What's going on? Some of them had open wounds. The blood was staining the floor and the scent was intermingling with the air. Okay, that's weird. I couldn't help but feel bad for them instinctively, but nevertheless I was shocked and a bit angry at the sudden intrusion. My mind suddenly went from caring and concerned to confused and demanding answers, as it should be. Who are you guys? No response. They're unconscious, dimwit. I'll call the police! Still nothing. None of them seemed to be awake to answer or respond to me. It seemed surreal to have random strangers in the house I just moved into, but I wanted answers quickly. That was until... Get away from me! Hello, Mr. Green Eyes.
Woman, you're going to let me kiss you.
Excuse me? Couldn't believe it myself, but within a mere blink of an eye, one of the men went from lying on the floor to being right in front of my face. What was even more odd was the fact that I felt serene, calm about it. Heck, okay, whatever. Slowly a desire burned from my chest, telling me to accept his kiss even when my mind vehemently refused. No. We do not accept kisses from strangers in my house. Good. Wait, what did I say? Wait, why is he kissing me? As he kissed me, I could feel my body go weak. I didn't know why, but that kiss was draining me of my energy, and yet it was so good and made my heart sing. It was a strange and tingling feeling that danced over every nerve on my body. I could feel streams of intangible energy run up my body and to my lips. It felt odd, but at the same time, it felt amazing.
Sam, stop it.
You better stop it. What are you doing? Hey, hey, hey. No, those are not toys. Come here. Good kitty. The person kissing me, Sam was his name, glanced
I
behind
said
him.
stop. Now.
Fine.
These noises are weird. Okay, he looks like my dad. I don't really like that. Finally, he pulled back and I was left standing there in a daze. And he looks all like Suzu, actually. What? I couldn't tell what was going on. My mind was completely enwrapped by the kiss and my thoughts that melted into the depths of my forgotten memories.
Please forgive
but
my brother. He's a bit reckless.
That's not reckless, that's...
At
Jerky.
least I feel a hell of a lot better than you right now.
Because you used your abilities on her.
Yeah, you jerk.
Sam, you're such a reckless brute. Taking advantage of a beautiful young woman like her.
Is that Eric who was talking before? I like his hair. It's like mine.
Shut that pretty boy mouth of yours before I rip it off your pretty boy face.
Sheesh, you guys. Can we not fight right now? Not all of us are in the best state.
I guess you are right, Matthew.
Matthew, okay. Matthew, cute little guy. Sam, the punk. Eric, the lover boy.
I agree.
I like him. Change my mind. He's my favorite. However, as the men got up and started to chat freely, my thoughts began to reassemble, and I remembered my confusion and anger once again, only now multiplied tenfold. It better be. What?
Huh? Did you say something beautiful?
I don't like how they treat me. They all just ignore me. And I exploded. Yes! What is going on? Why the hell are you all here in my house? Why are you all wounded? Why did you kiss me? Who are you guys? I couldn't help exploding, but after being taken advantage of and being left in a mush state, my words escaped without filter. I definitely scared the men around me, even the man who kissed me. Good. Look at their faces. That's beautiful. I love that. I like that a lot. Wait a second. The guy who kissed me.
Ouch! What's your problem?
What's your problem? You can't just go around forcing people to kiss you like that. Are you some kind of pervert?
It was only a kiss!
It meant nothing to you, but it means a lot to me.
Was it your first kiss?
Maybe.
Ow! Hey! What was that for?
I know first kisses aren't exactly amazing and full of sparkles and something out of a fairy tale, but I had at least expected it to be more than just something forced.
So it was your first kiss. Stop making such a big deal out of it.
You stop making such a small deal out of it. Are you asking to get punched
Well,
again?
what do you want me to do? It's not like I can somehow take it back.
You could apologize. I kind of want to hit him again. But I'll ask for an apology. You should at least apologize. That would suffice. As if to himself, he muttered something under his breath.
I always look like the bad guy. Apologies aren't my forte, but I'll try my best.
Aww.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Sorry about
I'm
what?
sorry for kissing you like that. I went too far.
Yeah, you did. He sighed and ran his fingers through his hair, his luscious,
I
spiky hair.
didn't mean for it to turn out that way. It's just, I act on impulse, okay? It's difficult to control myself and... What am I saying?
He's this big sweetie inside. It's okay, I get what you were trying to say. Thank you for the apology.
Yeah, no
What
problem.
was that? Anyway, if you try to pull any funny business in the future, just a fair warning. I know Taekwondo. That's it's all one word. Taekwondo. I know Taekwondo. I think I've figured enough. Time to get back to the main issue. So, what exactly are all of you doing in my house?
Miss, please forgive us in our intrusion. We didn't know this abode belonged to anyone, nor did we have the time to take that into consideration.
Of course it belongs to someone. What do you mean? You don't just barge into people's homes.
We wouldn't have had to if we weren't as wounded as we are currently. We just escaped from a deadly fight that could have ended our lives.
I wish the art would have them actually be wounded, because I'm having a hard time figuring out exactly how wounded they
Luckily
are.
for us, your home was near and the windows were unlocked, so we quickly came inside.
The last time I remembered, there were laws preventing strangers from stepping on private property. Of course there were. Although, considering the severity of their wounds, it had to be serious. I guess that explains the wounds, but not why he kissed me. He had absolutely no right to do that. What, you're still on that? He apologized.
Well, lovely flustered lady, it's hard to explain, truly. We're not exactly normal.
Not normal. What are you guys, demons or something? I made it funny. I asked almost jokingly, but the boys seemed to take my question differently. I like him. He hasn't said a word.
Well, yeah, actually, something like that.
Okay, Matthew.
We're incubi, miss. Demons who consume and use sexual energy of humans to survive.
Oh. Oh. Incubi? The fabled monsters that existed to haunt humans and make them sex-crazed monsters? The mythical beings that could look like anyone just to get into your pants? The imaginary monsters you only saw in movies or on TV?
Hello? Did you hear him?
We're telling the truth.
Do you think she's still processing it?
Of course I am. Matthew's sweet. He's like the stereotypical sweet character. He's a stereotypical smart, stern character, stereotypical punk character, stereotypical flirty character, and stereotypical silent character. Got this kid figured out.
And she'll understand right about...
Right. It was funny while it lasted, but it's time to cut the joke short. Incubuses don't exist. There is no way they existed. That would be practically impossible. Just practically, not all the way.
Incubi is the correct plural form. And yes,
Yeah, I thought
we
it
do
was.
exist.
Prove it. As soon as the words left my mouth, I instantly regretted them. Yeah, like they're sexual beings. How are they, if they're gonna prove it, that implies doing some
Very
things.
well. Eric, go ahead.
That's Eric, right?
Very well.
I'm scared.
My sweet, you're so tempting with such non-belief. Let me ease your mind with a tender kiss. I promise you'll enjoy every minute of it, and maybe you'll even want more.
Huh? Once again, I was lost in a pool of calm and serenity, staring into Eric's eyes, excuse me. I felt waves of heat course through my chest and onto my face, painting my cheeks red in their wake. I couldn't help but nod and agree to his offer. Okay. These noises. With another kiss, my heart began to flutter once again in my chest, and my mind was set spinning in a heated, passion-filled pleasure. Yet I could feel my body drain of energy as
All
he
right,
kissed me.
that's enough.
Aw, very well. I feel so much better.
I don't. As he pulled away, I was left in a mental mush pool. I felt weak in the knees, despite my will demanding me to stand straight in front of the boys before me. The world around me began to spin as I tried to speak. I think I'm going to...
Where are our manners? I'm James, and these are my brothers. Sam, Eric, Matthew, and Damien.
Wait, no, you're Sam, you're Eric, Matthew, Damien. Stereotypical name for the stereotypical broody guy. But okay, that's fine.
Miss, are you okay?
I like him, he's sweet. I want him as a friend.
Shit. She fainted.
Sorry. I couldn't believe it. Incubi. Real. It all spun around me in my head until I saw only black. Floating in the darkness, my mind kept replaying the scene over and over again, reminding my body of the touch of the incubi's lips against mine. However, I began to feel the smooth silk around me and my eyelids unwillingly opened. I woke to find myself in an unfamiliar place. Where was Mom? Dad? I was pretty sure this wasn't my room. Oh wait, I lived at my grandfather's house now. Of course it would be unfamiliar. I rubbed my eyes and surveyed my surroundings. I was still in the clothes that I arrived at the house in, but I was laying in a smooth, silk-covered bed. I remembered the coming in the afternoon, so why was it nighttime already? 'Cause you fainted. Suppressing a yawn, I stretched my arms. Maybe I should order some food for delivery. I was feeling pretty hungry. I was about to sit up, but I suddenly realized that I wasn't alone.
You're awake.
Oh, I like him. Huh? Ah! Since when was he standing there? Who the heck was he? A guy in my bedroom? Did we? There's no way. Sorry. I was saying my thoughts aloud. Why was I apologizing to a stranger who only said 2 words since I woke up? Wait, he looked eerily familiar. And it all came back to me. Incubus. He was an incubus. He and his brothers came here for refuge, and 2 of them kissed me, and then I fainted. And that was how things came to this. Oh! I like him. He was leaning against the far wall, looking at me. My heart began to race as I thought of the endless list of possibilities this situation brought me. I hated the thought of being under an incubus's power, especially in a bedroom. I'm gonna be calm, because he's calm. Seems like he's not gonna do anything. I took a deep breath. I was sure that if any of them wanted to take advantage of me, they would have already. That's very true. You're a weakling. They can't influence you easily. Yeah, I'm awake now.
That's good.
Aww. I saw a small form of a smile on his face, which made me blush a bit, because he's adorable. Why, though? One thing still concerned me, though.
I'm not going to use my powers on you.
Huh?
I can read minds.
Oh.
It's an ability I was born with. Each of us has a different ability, outside of our usual mind-altering
That's interesting.
powers.
Great. Even more surprises. I grew even more worried about the situation I was in. I see. How long have I been asleep?
For a few hours. It's already gotten quite dark outside.
Well, where are the others?
My brothers are downstairs, cleaning up the blood from the lobby floor. And making you dinner as an apology.
Oh, what sweeties. Oh, okay. That's unexpectedly sweet.
Oh, it's the least we can do after invading your home, and 2 of us using our powers on you.
You've got a point. Right. I had forgotten about that, but it still irked me that they had practically taken advantage of me at that point. Even if they were demons, it was pretty rude to demonstrate their powers by kissing me. I wasn't some kind of human plaything. All of this seemed pretty unreal. It was like something out of those romance novels that Naomi sometimes read. I wished I could have just gone back to sleep and forgotten all about it. Maybe I should have just called the police on them. Then I would have never landed myself in this situation.
Do you feel well enough to get out of bed?
Yeah, I think so. Whoa!
Trust me, I won't let you go.
Oh, okay. Not so sure about this.
I promise.
I don't... Oh, okay. I trust you.
Good.
Okay. I was speechless. He was carrying me as if I weighed nothing. He was so strong.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I forgot.
It's all right. I'm used to it.
I decided to close my mouth for the time being so that I wouldn't weird him out or make things more awkward than they already were. Well, he didn't seem to mind carrying me or listening to me talk, so at least things weren't too strange. What? Damien seemed very quiet and calm about everything, especially with the situation we were in. However, there was a sort of longing in his eyes when he looked at me that wasn't lustful. It was more Admiration? Once I reached the lobby, I decided that I felt well enough to walk on my own. Strong as he was, it was like he was carrying nothing. I didn't want to make him carry me everywhere. Yeah, that would be mortifying. Thanks for carrying me, but I think I can walk by myself now. Not saying that I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it. Not in a weird way, of course. It's not like I get carried around all the time. But what I'm trying to say is that it was really nice of you to do that. I started to fumble over my words again. Real smooth.
It's no problem. I'll be heading to the dining room then.
Alright, see you. He gently lowered me to the ground before he walked off quietly, disappearing into the shadows of the dark lobby.
Oh, hi!
Hey, Matthew. Suddenly, a boy who looked around my age, or possibly younger, bounced up to me. He looked vaguely familiar. Oh, wait, really? I'm so slow. You're Matthew, right?
Mm-hmm, that's me. Are you feeling any better now? We were all worried when you suddenly passed out.
I'm fine.
Really? Your face is kind of red. Do you feel sick?
I'm fine, I'm sure of it. I must have been blushing when Damien was carrying me downstairs. How embarrassing.
Well, if you say so. I hope Sam and Eric didn't make you upset.
It's okay, after all, I did hit Sam after what he did. And about Eric, I just wanted you guys to prove to me what you were saying. Suppose incubi are real, then. I wondered how exactly I got myself into this mess. First my grandfather, then a fight with my father, blowing up at Lisette, and now this. Certainly had a knack for getting myself into sticky situations. I'm confused about Lisette. I forgot about her, actually, but I'm...
Oh, I have an idea.
You know. He shoved his hands into his pocket with a cheery grin on his face.
Wait for it. Wait for
Waiting.
it.
Is he trying to do a magic trick?
Ta-da!
What the heck is that? What? He smiled as if to wave it off, but when he opened his eyes and saw what he was holding, his face froze in shock. It's got a knife!
Wait a second. What did I just make? This is...
He produced from his pocket was a creepy-looking doll.
Ah, what is that?
I am not sure. Oh my gosh. His face paled considerably and he dropped it onto the floor, scooting away from it frantically.
Get it away from me!
Oh.
Maybe possessed by a demon or something!
I'm just like, really? Isn't he a demon himself?
That's not what I wanted to make! I just wanted to surprise you with a stuffed animal or just something to cheer you up. That looks like it came straight out of a horror movie.
He slumped his shoulders and looked down at his feet. I like this music. It's okay, you don't have to look so dejected. I mean, it's certainly unique. I'll keep it.
But it looks so creepy.
I'll hide it somewhere. It's the thought that counts, right? You wanted to cheer me up after all. I picked up the doll and looked at it closely. Sure, it looked pretty weird at first, but it could be cute if I looked at it from a certain angle. I gave him a small smile. Palmer so irritated me. Thanks.
You're welcome. It's good to see you smiling, even though the thing I made still kind of creeps me out. Anyway, you should come with me to the dining room. We're almost finished with the food, and, well, I don't mean to brag, but we're pretty decent chefs.
Better than me. Lead the way. Something smells good. My stomach rumbled in agreement. I was starving.
Oh, the girl's awake.
You're the one who kissed me. Don't act like a jerk, please. Excuse you, I have a name, you know.
Should we really care?
Yes, you should.
Sam, I will roast that tongue for dinner if it doesn't stop flapping in that idiotic mouth of yours.
Whatever.
I apologize for his attitude.
That's fine.
Good. I hope you'll enjoy the meal we
No one has
prepared
actually
for
asked me what my name is yet. Now that you mention it. Meal. For a second, my mind didn't understand what James meant. Maybe it was the doll getting to my head and distracting me. Oh, that's right. Damien and Matthew mentioned that they were making dinner as an apology. I am really scatterbrained. You didn't have to.
We insist. Besides, It's quite impossible to undo our cooking, even if you command us to.
Well, thank you. Matthew put down the last of the plates on the table and bowed a bit exaggeratedly to me, gesturing to the table with a sweeping motion.
Ah, there we go. Dinner's all served.
What'd you make? The table was filled with various foods from eclectic selections of cuisines. One portion was filled with elegantly plated Asian foods, and another portion some yummy-looking desserts. And there were yet more and more plates than I could have possibly imagined. That's a lot of food. It all looks so good.
We hope you enjoy it, my
Don't call
sweet.
me that. What? Sweet? Me?
That's enough, Eric.
You're no fun, James.
I don't need to be fun, Eric. Miss, please follow
Well,
me.
like my dad. I didn't know what came over me, whether it was his politeness or maybe his power, but I couldn't help but take his offered. James seemed very kind and intelligent, but aside from that, there was something that set him apart from his brothers. Not to mention, he didn't really seem to hold much appreciation for them.
Miss, I have to ask, why do you live alone?
Well, it's kind of a long story.
I'm all ears if you wish to tell.
Not really. No. It's fine. Maybe another time.
Very well. Here's your seat, then.
Let me get your chair for you, lovely
Not like
lady.
him. Eric was very charming, and his smile pulled at my heart. The way he kept flirting with me definitely designated him as the charmer of the demons, yet there was a little distance in his eyes.
By the way, I apologize for my behavior earlier. Stealing your second kiss like that.
Huh? Oh yeah, when I didn't believe that they were incubi. It's fine, I guess. I mean, you didn't just get up and grab a kiss for no reason.
I'm not as forward, unlike Sam.
Suddenly, Eric leaned in and whispered in my ear.
I won't lie, though. I enjoyed kissing you and feeling you melt in my
Ugh.
arms.
I was torn between smacking him and trying to play it cool. Smack him.
No! That's going to sting.
Better. Sorry, panicked.
No, I was expecting that.
I drew my attention back to the dishes. I was both intrigued and slightly scared by the amount of food they made. Seeing my expression, Eric leaned forward and proudly smiled, gesturing to all of the dishes with a dramatic sweep of his arm.
I made almost all of the dishes
How'd you
myself.
know? Humorously enough, Matthew looked at him with a shocked expression, as if he was betrayed. His face changed instantly to that of a frown.
And I'm the Queen of the Nile.
What's that supposed to mean?
Me, you, and James did the work together, dummy.
Palmer's being really cute, sorry.
It's you, James, and I, Matthew.
Little boys will always make mistakes.
Matthew looked at James in disbelief, probably for siding with Eric, and he suddenly annoyedly swiveled back to Eric to confront him.
I'm not a little boy. I'm barely a year younger than you.
Well, you certainly don't act like it.
Ha 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 ha. I really couldn't help but laugh. Matthew seemed very much like a kid. He was adorable. However, I couldn't help but feel like in a way he was much more mature than the others, especially Eric. True.
Huh? Is something funny?
Nothing at all. Thank you for the meal, all of you.
Oh. You're welcome, miss.
Such a well-mannered young lady. Beautiful
I hate you.
inside and out.
Eric, knock it off.
In agreement with Matthew, Sam cocked up his head and glared at Eric.
Seriously, you're getting really annoying with that suck-up act.
It was obvious that Sam was the bad boy of the group. He had this big tough act, and it was obvious he was physically stronger than the rest of the guys. But was there more to him than that?
I'm just trying to be a gentleman. The young girl has already gone through so much. She deserves a good treatment.
There's a difference between being a gentleman and being an obnoxious
Preach it,
flirt.
James.
Schooled even by James. You're gonna need some cold water for that burn.
Oh, he's so cute.
By the way, I don't believe we caught your name, even though you know each of us.
I'm Dexter.
It's a pleasure to finally know your name.
Yeah, that's a nice
Okay.
name.
They were all comfortable around me despite the awkward situation we were in. It was as if it were natural for them to be around humans. I guess that was just how incubi worked. But I was still curious about one thing. Excuse me. All at once they looked at me. I didn't know why, but having all of them look at me made me feel kind of important, like a queen or something.
What is it, miss?
I wanted to thank you for the food, but I still want to know why you all came here. I feel like I don't quite understand. Understand? Yeah, like being told that a bunch of incubi randomly appearing in your house was perfectly understandable.
Oh, how do we explain?
We were attacked. We came here to heal. What's so difficult to
A lot,
understand?
Sam.
Now you're just being rude, Sam.
True.
I'm just saying. How is that difficult to understand?
It is. I mean, what specifically happened?
Well, you see, we've been traveling around for quite some time now. Just recently we came into town, but we were jumped by this band of misfits. So, in order to escape and heal, we came here for shelter. Again, we apologize for the mess we made.
It's fine, I guess. So you're all better now, right?
Yup, all thanks to you.
You see, beautiful, we feed on sexual energy. But we don't just get it from kissing lovely ladies such as yourself. We can simply touch someone's hand to obtain sexual energy. Everyone carries sexual energy, you know.
Is there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, what are we gonna do now, James?
That is a very good question. We just got here and surely we'll be hunted again if we leave.
We can take him easily.
Not without more training, Sam. The result of that was clearly evident in our last encounter with them.
Okay, so at some point my video messed up. I don't know what all got on there and what all didn't, but fixed it. We're back. Play just a little bit more before ending this episode. So after school, I decided to walk there. I had no idea how to get there, and I was armed with only a scrap of paper with the address scribbled on it. As a 7-year-old, I obviously had great ideas. I soon became lost, and like I always did when I felt lost, I just stood on the sidewalk, back pressed up against the wall and eyes looking at the strangers passing by. And like always, people continued to pass by and life continued to go on. I was sadder than ever. I had ended up in the situation I was originally in. Nothing had changed. I thought that I was silly for even thinking that I could change things with my own hands. That was until a voice brought me back to reality.
Hun, is that you?
I looked up and saw an unfamiliar face, but it was obvious that whoever was talking to me knew who I was. And from that moment, things began to change. Life began moving its rusty joints, and I realized that things were moving along. Suddenly, I had become part of the crowd that moved like a blur past me. I was no longer someone who stood still and watched others hurry past. Life had changed. I had changed. Because the very person who found me that day was my grandfather. I don't get why that flashback had to do with anything, and my leg is going to sleep, and I'm sorry, baby boy. It's going to sleep because you're sitting on it. Please don't move, I love you. I had the opportunity to help them. Though, would I? I wanted to, but I wasn't exactly sure if it was the best idea. After all, 5 demons in my house wasn't exactly the living arrangements that I had imagined when I first moved in. There was the matter of making sure no one found out about their powers. Thinking about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. And even if they passed for humans, how would I explain having guys living in my house? Imagine if my friends came over. They would practically think I was part of a harem or something. Oh God, imagine if my parents came over. I think my mom would faint. Who knows what my dad would do? I think he would have them arrested on the spot. Ugh, this was hard. Maybe I should have written out a pros and cons list before I actually had to make the decision.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
It was strange what happened to remember what my grandfather said to me when I was little, but it did kind of make sense. They weren't in the exact same situation that I was in before, but I did want to help them out. I think it would ease my conscience and also make me a bit happy to give them help, as weird as that sounded. Clenching my hands into fists, I strengthened my resolve to speak up. Well, you could...
What was that, lovely lady?
Spit it out already.
You could stay with me here if you'd like. As soon as I finished the sentence, the room became still. I'm not sure what went through their heads before my words. The silence in the air cut like a knife until I finally spoke up once more. It seemed like you all needed a place to stay, and, well, I just moved into this great giant house, so it seemed like it made sense. It was still quiet in the room. I decided to keep talking. If you would like to stay here, though, there are 2 things I need all of you to follow.
Yes?
First of all, you can't use your powers or deliberately do something that might harm me or any guest that comes over. Well, I'll say for enemies, but you get the drift.
That sounds reasonable.
Thank you, Damien. Second, you have to help me with any errands around the house. This place is kind of big, so, yeah.
That is a generous offer, miss. Are you sure that would be okay? We don't wish to burden you any more than we already have.
It's alright, really. I mean, I just started living here myself, so I would appreciate some help around the house.
A wonderful idea. We'll live here and train while helping you with the house. Servants for the lovely princess.
Sam is extremely upset.
What? Are you serious?
Shh, be quiet, Sam. I haven't slept in a bed for days.
They all seemed to like the idea, except for Sam, and hey, I didn't really hate the idea either, even if they were incubi. It would be interesting having 5 guys help me with taking care of the house, given they would follow the rules that I had just laid down.
Grr, fine, but we're not staying here forever. Only until we can beat up that group of punks.
I think that is a reasonable time limit for our stay.
Yes, this is awesome.
Also beautiful. If you need a bedfellow.
Eric, knock it off.
I was happy that they agreed. Maybe it was because I wasn't going to be lonely for a while. Maybe it was because they all needed help and my want to help people was fulfilled. I would never be sure.
So what are we waiting for? Let's celebrate and dig in.
Finally, I'm starving.
Instantly, Matthew and Sam began to stuff themselves with the food on the table. I noticed James' eye twitching in irritation, so I stifled my incoming laugh.
Really, you two? You're both acting like pigs.
Oh, let them have a little freedom, James. It's not like we've eaten recently either. I'm sure they've been starving.
Still, that's no excuse for stuffing their faces like backyard swine.
I almost couldn't hold it in. So I didn't. Ooh. What does that mean? Ah! I couldn't hold my laughter in anymore. As I laughed, Matthew and Sam looked my way, faces stuffed.
Is something funny? What are you laughing at?
I stopped to catch my breath, leaned over the table, and took a few breaths before replying. You both are so funny. Both of their faces turned a slight pink before they looked away from me, and they swallowed the food in their mouths.
Shut up! We're not funny. We're hungry.
Well, we're glad that we made you laugh.
Shut up, Matthew!
What? I'm just saying.
See, James, it's entertainment for her.
They were funny to me, at least they enjoyed the food. As I watched, I took a couple of pieces of food for myself and placed them on my plate before eating as well. Eventually, we all ate dinner together. It was strange eating with just guys, but they were enjoyable to be around. They made me feel like a part of their family as we ate together. However, our peace was soon disturbed. It's my mom. Excuse me. Hello?
Hey, honey, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't get to see you off.
It's fine. Actually eating dinner right now.
Oh, good, good. So there was food there. Well, your father wanted me to call and talk to you about having a house party tomorrow night to celebrate the new house and all.
My dad? A house party tomorrow night? So soon?
Your father insists. You know how he is with it.
I knew exactly what she meant. He didn't like long, relaxing periods between important events, and it was slightly messed up. I was expected to act on the drop of a dime, from moving immediately to the day after a funeral to my grandfather's house to now organizing a party. I know, well, since I don't exactly have you two here to help me arrange it, I'm going to need some time to prepare things.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, Suzu and Naomi can help. I have work, and you know how your father...
My parents are jerks. I know, I have to do it myself. He won't help.
I'm sure it'll be amazing, honey. I have faith in you.
Thanks, Mom.
All right.
Who am I supposed to be throwing this party for? Love you too, Mom. Great. Now how am I going to do this?
Is something wrong?
She has to organize a house party for her parents.
Thanks, Damien. But yeah, I gotta do it sooner. My parents will be really disappointed. I'll have to stay up and organize everything tonight.
Hey, why don't we help you? That's what we're here for, right?
True.
I don't see why not.
True.
I can name a few reasons why we shouldn't.
Also true.
Sam?
Back off.
We'll take care of everything, miss. Just leave everything to
I should have
us.
some say in this. That was surprising. I didn't think the boys would offer to help right off the bat. I couldn't help but smile. I was actually rather thankful now that I let them stay. I didn't have to do everything alone. As I kept thinking about it, I couldn't help but yawn.
Feeling a little tired over there, Princess?
Yep. It's been a long day. At least tomorrow's the weekend so I can sleep in. Then it hit me. Wait, where are you all going to sleep?
We found some guest rooms on the opposite end of the house from the master bedroom. I'm sure those will do just
Duh,
fine.
I'm such an idiot. Okay, got it. Alright then, I'm heading to my room to study and sleep. Guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good
Thanks,
night.
Eric. I will, you too. With that, I left the dining room and went to my room.
Eric, no.
What? I wasn't going to do anything.
Yes, he will.
Shh.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this episode here. I've been playing for a while. I'm enjoying this game. My voice just gets tired from reading so much. I hope some other things happen soon. Don't eat the rice. Have some Asian food instead, because that's what they were eating. And Asian food's pretty darn tasty, not gonna lie. Maybe I'll have that later today. As always, all my love to you guys. All of Palmer's love as well. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.